every World Champs is different, every Olympics is different. But yeah, this one was definitely, I'd say, the most challenging from a mental side, from a physical side. This is the first time tonight that I've really thrown hard since last September, and so the elbow has really lingered. I did some, I don't want to say permanent damage, some long-lasting damage though in the preparation for Paris Olympics. So kind of with it being the Olympics, we threw it, but then paid the price for it through October, November, December, January, and so didn't really start to see progress until May. So it was just a bit of a nightmare in terms of getting the elbow healthy, and so finally in like May, June started to at least see progress, but it was like one baby step forward and make sure we didn't take 2 steps back. So it's been limited to 6 throws a couple times a week. So not an all ideal preparation. And so I got a lot of questions of what kind of shape I was coming in to World Champs with, and really just didn't know, because the weight room numbers were okay on the things that I could train, but then really didn't know what my throws were at. And so just had to kind of trust that when I got in the ring, I could still hit the shot like I used to. And was a little concerned in round 1 because I really thought that was a good throw. Seeing it land at 21.40, it was like, that's not. I was hoping that was going to be like 22.40. So kind of had to take a step back and just try and build. But really, really proud of how I executed given the preparation for this. And yeah, at 32, qualifying final same day is a little bit of a challenge for sure. We're probably pushing 20,000 plus steps today, so hopefully they quit doing that for the next World Champs and especially for 28 Olympics.
Ryan, was your elbow in pain when you were throwing today?
It was. I think it'll be real sore tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit worse than I had hoped because I haven't been pain-free, and I haven't really expected to be pain-free, but like it's been feeling better. But that first throw, like, okay, yeah, it still hurts to throw hard. So, yeah, hopefully continue with. I'm at least seeing progress now, so hopefully we can continue with the progress. Because I had an MRI in May that they injected it with contrast, and went in 15 minutes later, did the MRI, and all the contrast had leaked down my forearm. So I had a fully compromised elbow capsule, so no synovial fluid, no lubrication in that joint. So I had thrown like that for a long time, and so did some damage to the joint. So PRP injection into the intracapsule was has helped, but it's just been a slow process. So phase 1 was getting the elbow to close and having a joint that actually functions instead of just a dry, creaky elbow. And so that it's been a long process for sure. So hopefully continue. At least we're trending in the right direction, and kind of did hopefully minimal long-term damage to the elbow during the last year.
How did you feel during the competition? I mean, did you take one throw at a time and just kind of say, this is what the other guys are doing? Or?
Yeah, so it was one of those comps where I felt like I was learning a lot each round, and kind of, I always say that you can make mistakes in the comp, just don't make the same mistake twice. And I felt like you could kind of see that as I went through the rounds. And so it was not a technical masterpiece by any means, but just kind of worked my way through it. It's difficult when you're making technical mistakes to not try and just be perfect and like really execute well and lose that kind of, I call it a smash factor. At the end of the day, like, you still have to hit the ball hard. So it was a combination of make a technical improvement and staying aggressive, and not pursuing that perfect throw when I don't know if it was really there tonight. And also don't have that big engine that I would hope to just be able to get in and hit the ball. So I did have to make technical cues, technical improvements, and did have to try and polish some things while at the same time staying aggressive. And so, yeah, I felt those guys pushing me, especially in round 5. I mean, you saw a lot of movement in round 5, and so did really proud of how I responded there. I felt like it kind of took a little bit of movement to just get me going mentally. It was an interesting World Champs, just in that usually you're kind of struggling to stay calm and mellow. And that, especially at a season opener, that's usually the challenge. That you combine season opener with World Champs. I was doing a lot of preparation, just make sure I was calm and mellow, And so I felt like I did that really, really, really well, but almost maybe a little bit too much, focusing on my breathing, lowering my heart rate, where I needed that little bit of anxiety to get the adrenaline going and actually hit a shot really hard, which I did in round 5.
So Ryan, would you have bet on yourself tonight? What you know?
Great question. It's really tough to say because I really haven't thrown hard. So it was in round 1. I was like, at that point maybe not so much because I thought that throw was good. But yeah, it's really a tough one to say because I just didn't know what kind of shape I was in coming into tonight because haven't thrown hard. Really haven't seen a ball go much more than 20 meters in training, and so just wasn't sure what was going to be in the tank tonight.
What was if you were like rate from 1 to 100, your pain, like compared to what you've been through all over the last year, where were you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, earlier in the year, like the least painful throw would be like a 6 out of 10, and the most painful was like a 9 out of 10. So pretty much just unthrowable. Where tonight was better, I'd say I was like 3 or 4 out of 10. There's a couple bad throws in there that hurt it a little more. Usually, especially with the elbow, like if you're throwing well, the energy transfers into the ball, you get a nice release off the hand, and it's efficient. It's the bad throws are the ones that hurt because you get a little low in the palm and you snap that elbow and hyperextend. So that held true tonight.
Do you see yourself throwing do you see yourself competing anymore this year, or is this?
No, this will be it. So one and done for me. Focus now on kind of getting healthy all the way and making a couple big moves outside of track. So my career is a little bit of a backseat. My wife is a doctor, and so we're moving to Nashville for her residency program. And so I'll be kind of the second career for a little bit. But it'll be actually, I think, a really good move. I'm continuing to work with Roger Stona, adding Peyton Otterdahl to the training group. So I know he had a bit of a difficult night or the difficult morning. But he's a close friend, so excited to expand the training group. Nashville is a great city, so I am continuing to build World Shot Put Series. That's kind of a big step, especially with no major championship this next year. We don't have the Ultimate Athletic Championship as a shot putter, which is disappointing. So World Shot Put Series it is. Hopefully we'll replace that with the World Shot Put Series Ultimate Championship.
When you threw that 21.99, did you think, hey, this might stand up for the win, or were you worried?
No, I was definitely worried. I think everybody out there all the competitors were probably thinking that. I mean, there was a little bit of talking going on, and there's some chirping for sure. They're like, who was going to be the first at 22? So I mean, Walsh, Fabry, Munoz. I mean, fantastic performance from him. I don't think anyone was expecting him to get a silver, but he's been extremely dedicated throughout a number of years. If he was at any other time in shot put history, he'd be walking home with lots of medals. And so he's kind of taken his lumps over the years. So it was awesome to see him just work through the last 4. I mean, I remember seeing him throw 21.80, which is a fantastic mark at UCLA back in that'd be 2023. So he's been a dedicated athlete and a really hard worker. So awesome to see him win a major medal.
Ryan, you said that you've taken like 6 throws a day, a couple times per week. How does that compare to when you were fully healthy?
Yeah, so if I'm healthy, I'll usually do 4 sessions a week and anywhere from 10, 15, up to 30 throws. The biggest thing is kind of the intensity that they're done at. Usually I throw hard like once a week, where I haven't thrown hard at all. And it's been like throw, take 2 days off, throw again, take 2 days off. And doing my best to at least make it count. So a lot of like drill work, time between throws, focusing on the mental side, kind of what I can control. So doing a lot of drills, a lot of meat type of preparation, because I can't get in the ring and just throw and throw and throw until I get it right. I've got to I got 6 throws. I got to get it right as many times as I can on all 6. So I felt like, given what I was able to do in terms of work capacity, I really had to try and be efficient.
Are you throwing like 80%, or like what's the mindset when you're not throwing?
Yeah, so the mindset is kind of just trying to execute as well as I can, and there's certain cues that work when you throw hard and ones that don't work so good when you're not throwing hard. So it's kind of setting myself up and building a technical model that hopefully I could crank it up and bring intensity into those throws. So kind of working on rhythm and timing and working double support. So trying to maximize efficiency instead of just like hitting the shot hard.
When did you realize you'd be here, and was your concern also the first 100% throw that might?
Yeah, so it was like I started seeing progress in May, so that's the first time that I kind of like felt like I had a little bit of hope going forward. And then I'd say it was just, there wasn't really any point where I thought like I'm not gonna go, but it was like if I'm going, I want to at least be able to perform. I don't want to go out there and throw 18 meters. So there was really no point where I thought like, okay, now I'm going for sure. It was just like chip away at it, because I mean, in May it was like, hopefully I can throw 18 meters, and then it was like 1840, 1860, 1880. So started in like an unbelievably deep hole this year. So yeah, kind of battled through that.
Ryan, you had a big moment here in 21. What was it like going back?